Welcome to my channel Liberty Old Coin friends, and thank you for joining me on another exciting treasure hunt. Have you ever been standing in line at the grocery store, waiting to pay, and a small, shiny piece of metal in your change just catches your eye? It happens to me all the time. First up, let's talk about the coin that is the star of our show today, the 1988 Australia $2 coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. Now, you might be looking at this coin and thinking, it's just a $2 coin. What's the big deal? But trust me, this is not just any ordinary coin. This piece marks a pivotal moment in Australian history. You see, before 1988, Australia had a $2 note, a piece of paper currency. The problem? Those paper notes would wear out incredibly fast, sometimes in less than 6 months. The government, under Treasurer Paul Keating, made a smart decision to replace that flimsy note with a durable coin that could last for up to 40 years. So, this coin wasn't just made for the sake of it. It was born out of a practical need for money that could stand the test of time, and it officially entered the world on the 20th of June, 1988. But the story gets even more interesting when you look at the design. This wasn't just a random picture slapped on a piece of metal. The Royal Australian Mint wanted something meaningful. They invited designers to create a reverse side that honored the original inhabitants of Australia. The chosen design, by a man named Horst Hanna, features the head and shoulders of an Aboriginal Australian elder, set against the beautiful backdrop of the Southern Cross constellation and native grass trees. Many believe the figure was inspired by a Warlbury amateur man named Gwojit Jungarei, a survivor of the Coniston massacre, which gives this coin a profound depth and a connection to the real, and sometimes tragic, history of the nation. The obverse, of course, features the crowned portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. Now, the question that is probably on your mind right now, is it really valuable? And this is where we need to be smart collectors. The simple answer is that a standard, everyday 1988 $2 coin that you find in your change, one that has been jangling around in pockets and purses for years, is not going to make you a millionaire. Its face value is $2. And a circulated coin in average condition is typically worth just that, $2, or maybe a couple of dollars more to a collector who needs one for their collection, perhaps fetching around $3 to $5. However, and this is a big however, the true value lies in the specific details. Not all 1988 $2 coins are created equal. The maximum value you can get for a 1988 Elizabeth II $2 coin depends on a few key factors that turn it from pocket change into a collector's prize. The first thing to look for is if it's a proof coin. In 1988, alongside the 160.7 million regular coins made for everyone to use, the Mint also produced a special batch of just 45,000 proof coins. These aren't your average coins. They are struck on special polished planchets with polished dies, creating a sharp, mirror-like finish that is stunning to behold. These proof coins were sold in special sets to collectors. Because there are only 45,000 of them, they are much rarer and more valuable than the standard version. A 1988 proof $2 coin, especially if it's graded and in perfect condition, can be worth significantly more. The value here isn't in the metal, but in its rarity and condition. Furthermore, there is another layer to this treasure hunt that can send the value soaring. We are talking about error coins. These are the coins that went wrong during the minting process, and for collectors, their flaws are their fortune. For the 1988 $2 coin, certain errors have been documented. Imagine finding a coin with a bitten rim, a 9mm section where the edge of the coin seems to have been improperly formed. Or perhaps a coin where the metal was spread too thin, creating a broad strike, or one where the design is off-center. These mistakes make the coin unique and highly desirable. A standard 1988 coin with a significant and authenticated error can jump in value from $2 to hundreds of dollars, depending on the severity and rarity of the error. So what is the absolute maximum you could sell one for? If you happen to have one of those 1988 proof coins, still in its original packaging, in flawless condition, you are looking at a very nice little asset. While prices fluctuate, such a coin could realistically sell for anywhere from $50 to over $150 to the right collector, especially if it gets a high grade from a professional service. And if you have a standard coin with a dramatic, one-of-a-kind mint error, the sky is the limit. An error coin is worth whatever a passionate collector is willing to pay, and these can sometimes sell for several $100s at auction. The 1988 coin is the first of its kind, the coin that started it all for the $2 denomination, and that first-of-issue status alone adds a layer of collectability that later years don't have. This is why you need to be motivated. This is why you should never just dismiss the coins in your pocket. Every single one of those 160.7 million coins minted in 1988 is out there somewhere. Some are worn out, some are lost forever, but some are sitting in jars, old collections, or even just lying around, waiting to be recognized. That 1988 coin in your hand has a story. It replaced a paper note. It honors an ancient culture, and if you look closely, it could have a unique characteristic that sets it apart from the millions of others. So, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to go and check. Grab that old coffee tin, look through your wallet, ask your grandparents if they have any old coins. Look for that special 1988 date. Look for that mirror-like finish of a proof, or the odd imperfection of an error. You never know what you might find hiding in plain sight. Before we wrap up, I want to give you a quick tip. If you think you've found something special, don't just rush to sell it. Do your research. Look at online marketplaces like eBay to see what similar coins have actually sold for, not just what people are asking for them. And for truly valuable finds, consider getting the coin professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. They will put it in a protective holder and give you an official grade that tells buyers exactly what they are getting, which can significantly increase its value and saleability. The condition of your coin is everything, so handle it carefully by the edges and store it safely. I hope this deep dive into the 1988 Australian $2 coin has opened your eyes to the hidden world of numismatics. It's a fascinating hobby where history, art, and a little bit of luck come together. So, go on, start hunting. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more stories about the treasures hidden in your spare change. And let me know in the comments below, what's the most interesting coin you've ever found? I read every comment, and I love hearing your stories. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Next coin, the 1995 Australia $2 Elizabeth II coin. You might look at it and see just a bit of spare change, something to toss in a jar or use for a parking meter. But today, I'm going to show you why this particular year deserves a second look. This coin is part of a fascinating family of Australian currency that began its life in 1988, replacing the old paper $2 note that would wear out in months. The 1995 version carries on that legacy, featuring the iconic design of an Aboriginal elder against the Southern Cross, a design that connects modern Australia to its ancient heritage in a way that few pocket coins can claim. The 1995 $2 coin is a beautiful piece of craftsmanship. It features the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the front, designed by Raphael Maclauff, where the Queen wears the royal diadem and looks elegant and regal. On the reverse, you have that striking image of an Aboriginal elder, the Southern Cross constellation above him, and native grass trees in the background. This design by Horst Hanna has become one of the most beloved and recognizable coin designs in Australian history, and the 1995 issue represents a solid, mid-run example of this classic type. Now, let's talk numbers, because this is what you really want to know. The Royal Australian Mint produced approximately 13.9 to 15.5 million of these coins in 1995 for general circulation. That is a substantial number, and it tells you immediately that a standard, everyday 1995 $2 coin that has been jangling around in pockets for nearly 3 decades is not going to be a life-changing fortune. Its face value is $2, and a well-worn circulated coin typically trades for right around that amount, maybe $1 or $2 more if it is in particularly nice condition for its age. But here is where the story gets exciting, and this is what I want you to pay close attention to. Not all 1995 $2 coins are created equal. The real treasure lies in the details, the condition, and the special versions that most people have never even heard of. You see, alongside those millions of coins made for spending, the Mint also produced proof versions. These are special coins struck on polished blanks with polished dies, creating a mirror-like finish that is absolutely stunning to behold. The mintage figures for the 1995 proof coins are not clearly documented, which sometimes makes them even more intriguing to collectors because their scarcity is unknown. The condition of your coin is absolutely everything in this hobby. A standard 1995 $2 coin in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used in trade and still has its original mint luster, might fetch a small premium, perhaps $5 to $10 from a collector who needs it for their date set. But a proof version, still in its original packaging, with no fingerprints or blemishes, that is a completely different story. These can command prices anywhere from $30 to over $100 depending on the market and the buyer's passion for the series. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever looked closely at the edge of a $2 coin? The 1995 issue has what is called interrupted milling, which means it has smooth sections and notched sections along the edge. This is a security feature, but it also means that error coins can happen. Imagine finding a 1995 $2 coin where the planchet was improperly prepared, creating a broad strike where the design is spread too thin, or an off-center strike where the image is dramatically shifted. These error coins are the holy grail for many collectors because they are unique, they are fascinating, and they can be worth hundreds of dollars to the right buyer. So, can this coin be valuable in the future? The answer is a resounding yes, but you have to understand what you are looking for. The value will only increase for coins that are in exceptional condition, for proof versions that were carefully stored, and for error coins that are authenticated. The millions of worn circulation coins will likely always be worth just their face value, plus a tiny premium for inflation. But the special ones, the ones that stand out from the crowd, those are the coins that will appreciate as the years go by and collectors become more desperate to complete high-quality collections. I want to talk about the current maximum value you could achieve today if you have the right coin. If you have a standard 1995 $2 coin in perfect, untouched, uncirculated condition, fresh from a mint set, you could realistically ask $15 to $25 from a collector who values that pristine quality. If you have a proof version in its original case with its certificate of authenticity, and it has been professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC and received a high grade of PR69 or PR70, we are now talking about a coin that could sell for $150 to $300 or even more at a specialized auction. But here is the absolute ceiling, the dream scenario. If you have a 1995 $2 coin with a significant and authenticated mint error, one that is dramatic and visually striking, and it grades well, the sky is the limit. Error coins are priced by demand and uniqueness. I have seen similar error coins from this series sell for $500, $800, even $1,000 or more when two passionate collectors decide they must have it. That is the maximum potential value we are talking about, $1,000 or more from a single coin that started its life as $2. I want to motivate you right now to take action. Do not just watch this video and forget about it. Go to your coin jar, go through your wallet, check the cup holder in your car. Look at every $2 coin you can find with the date 1995. Hold it up to the light. Look at the condition. Is it shiny and new looking, or is it worn and dull? If it looks exceptional, if it has that mirror-like proof finish, or if something looks strange about the design or the edge, you may have found something special. And do not stop with your own coins. Talk to your parents, your grandparents. Ask them if they have any old coins from the 1990s tucked away in drawers or collections. Many people have proof sets from this era that they bought as souvenirs and completely forgot about. That 1995 proof $2 coin could be sitting in a basement right now, waiting for you to rediscover it and unlock its value. I also want you to think about the historical moment this coin represents. 1995 was a time of change in Australia. The country was looking forward to the Sydney Olympics. The economy was shifting, and these coins were there for every transaction, every purchase, every moment of daily life. Holding a 1995 $2 coin is like holding a piece of that history, a small metal capsule from a time that now feels like a generation ago. The key takeaway here is that value is not always obvious. You cannot look at a coin and instantly know its worth. You have to investigate, you have to learn, you have to look closer. That is what makes coin collecting such a rewarding hobby. It turns every handful of change into a potential treasure hunt. And with a coin like the 1995 $2 coin, the hunt is absolutely worthwhile. Now, if you think you have found a candidate, if you have a 1995 $2 coin that looks too perfect to be true, or if it looks strangely wrong, do not clean it. Cleaning coins destroys their value. Handle it carefully by the edges, put it in a soft cloth or a small envelope, and start your research. Look at online marketplaces to see what similar coins have sold for. Consider getting it authenticated by a professional grading service. They will give you a straight answer and a certified grade that makes selling much easier and more profitable. I hope this deep dive has opened your eyes to the potential sitting in your spare change. The 1995 Australian $2 coin is a wonderful piece of numismatic history, and for the lucky few who have the right version, it can also be a wonderful little investment. Go check your coins, and who knows what you might find. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the treasures hiding in plain sight. Happy hunting, and I will see you in the next video. Second coin, the 2005 Australia $2 Elizabeth II coin, is a fascinating piece of currency that sits at an interesting crossroads in Australian numismatic history. When you hold this coin in your hand, you are holding something that was made in vast quantities, yet carries with it the potential for surprising value depending on its specific type and condition. The Royal Australian Mint produced an enormous number of these coins in 2005, approximately 45.5 million of the standard circulation type, featuring the iconic Aboriginal elder design by Horst Hannah. That is a staggering number, and it tells you immediately that the common version you might find in your pocket change is not going to be a life-changing fortune. But here is where the story of the 2005 $2 coin becomes genuinely exciting and where your motivation to search should really kick in. The standard circulation coin, the one with the Aboriginal elder on the reverse and the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley on the obverse, was made from aluminium-bronze, a blend of 92% copper, 6% aluminium, and 2% nickel. These coins were struck for everyday use, for buying milk and bread, for parking meters, and vending machines. If you find one of these in your change that has been circulating for nearly 20 years, it will show signs of wear, and its value will be very close to its face value of $2, perhaps a couple of dollars more to a collector who needs that specific date for their album. However, and this is the point I want you to really pay attention to, the 2005 $2 coin exists in multiple versions that most people have absolutely no idea about. The Royal Australian Mint did something special in 2005. They produced a range of collector coins that also carry the denomination of $2, but were never intended for circulation. These are the treasures. These are the coins that can command serious money from collectors who are actively seeking them out. So when you ask how many people want to buy it, the answer is that for the standard circulation coin, demand is modest, but for the special issues, demand is strong and passionate. Let me walk you through the special versions that were minted in 2005. First, there is the proof version of the standard Aboriginal elder design. The Mint produced approximately 33,520 of these beautiful proof coins, struck with special polished dies on polished blanks to create that mirror-like finish that collectors adore. These were sold in proof sets, and a pristine example today can fetch anywhere from $30 to $100 depending on its condition and whether it has been professionally graded. But the Mint went much further than that. In 2005, they also produced a gold-proof version of the $2 coin. And this is where the value really starts to climb. Only 629 of these gold-proof coins were issued, with a mintage limit of 650. These contain 15.88 grams of 99.99% gold and were part of a special 6-coin set commemorating the 60th anniversary of the end of World War II. These are rare, these are precious, and they are highly sought after by collectors around the world. A coin like this could easily sell for $500 to $800 or more, depending on the market conditions and the demand at the time of sale. Now, there is another category of 2005 $2 coins that sends collectors into a frenzy, and that is the commemorative issues that are not the standard Aboriginal elder design at all. In 2005, the Perth Mint produced a series of silver $2 coins with different themes that are absolutely stunning. One of these is the Australian Peacekeepers Air Force $2 coin, struck in 62.27 grams of 99.9% silver. Only 2,500 of these massive silver coins were made, and they feature a detailed aviation warrior design on the reverse. These coins are true collector's items, and their value fluctuates with the silver market, plus a significant premium for their rarity and demand. Recent sales show these coins trading between $142 and $227, with an average value around $185. There is also the Australian Peacekeepers Army $2 coin from 2005, another silver-proof issue that features a colored representation of the Royal Australian Army badge and soldiers performing various duties. These coins also had extremely limited mintages and are highly collectible. The Perth Mint also produced a silver $2 coin featuring the Australian kookaburra in 2005, another stunning design that attracts dedicated followers of the kookaburra series. So when we talk about current value, we have to be very clear about which 2005 $2 coin we are discussing. A standard circulation coin in average circulated condition is worth its face value, $2. A standard circulation coin in brilliant uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used and still has its original mint luster, might bring $5 to $15 from a collector. A proof version of the standard design in its original packaging could sell for $30 to $100. The silver commemorative issues, like the Peacekeepers coins, are currently trading in the range of $150 to $250 depending on condition and market demand. And the gold proof version, with its extreme rarity of only 629 pieces, could realistically sell for $600 to $900 or even higher at a specialized auction. Is the value really high or low? It depends entirely on which coin you have. For most people with a worn 2005 $2 coin from their pocket, the value is low, $2. But for the lucky few who have one of the special issues, the value is genuinely high and continues to appreciate over time as collectors compete for these limited edition pieces. The demand for the rare versions is strong because collectors around the world want to complete their sets of Australian commemorative coins, and the limited mintages mean there are far more collectors than there are coins available. The history of when and why the 2005 $2 coins were built is rooted in two different purposes. The standard circulation coins were made to replace worn-out coins and to facilitate commerce, continuing the tradition that began in 1988 when the $2 coin first replaced the paper note. The commemorative and collector versions were made to celebrate important themes like Australian peacekeepers, to showcase Australian wildlife like the kookaburra, and to provide collectors with beautiful high-relief silver and gold pieces that would preserve moments in history. I want to motivate you right now to take action. Do not just watch this video and forget about it. Go through your coin collection, check your drawers, look through any old coin sets you may have inherited from relatives. If you find a 2005 $2 coin that looks different, that is heavier than usual, that has a mirror-like proof finish, or that features a design you do not recognize, you may have stumbled upon something valuable. Look for the Perth Mint P mint mark on the silver issues. Look for coins that came in special packaging. Look for anything that stands out from the ordinary. The key to unlocking this value is education and careful examination. If you think you have a special 2005 $2 coin, do not clean it. Cleaning destroys the surface and ruins the value. Handle it carefully by the edges and store it in a soft holder. Then do your research online. Look at auction sites to see what similar coins have actually sold for, not just what people are asking for them. Consider getting the coin authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, which will give buyers confidence and can significantly increase the selling price. The market for Australian coins is global. Collectors in Europe, North America, and Asia all seek out these beautiful pieces, so when you have a rare 2005 $2 coin, your potential buyer pool is enormous. The silver Peacekeepers coins, the gold proof coins, the kookaburra silver coins all have dedicated followings who are actively searching for them. These are not coins that sit unwanted on dealer shelves. These are coins that move quickly when they become available because the mintage numbers are so low and the demand is so consistent. I want you to think about the incredible variety that exists within a single year and denomination. 45 million standard coins, and only a few thousand of each special issue. That is the kind of rarity that builds value over time. Every year that passes, these coins become harder to find in pristine condition. Every year, more collectors enter the market looking for them. Every year, the potential selling price inches higher. So go on, start your search today. Look at every 2005 $2 coin you can find. Compare them to images online. See if you have a standard circulation coin or if you have been blessed with one of the special issues. The difference between $2 and $200 could be sitting in your change jar right now, waiting for you to recognize it. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the 2005 Australia $2 Elizabeth II coin. If you found this information helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more coin stories and valuation guides. Share your finds in the comments below. I would love to hear what you discover. Happy hunting, and may your pockets always be full of treasures. Next coin, let me tell you a story about a coin that most people dismissed, a coin that sat in pocket change and card displays. A coin that has quietly become one of the most sought-after Australian commemoratives of the modern era. I am talking about the 2013 $2 coin commemorating the 60th anniversary of the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. If you have one of these, or if you stumble across one today, you are holding a piece of history that is worth far more than the fish and chips it could have bought you 10 years ago. When the Royal Australian Mint released this coin in June of 2013, it was met with curiosity. It was launched by the Governor-General himself, Quentin Bryce, at Government House. This was not just another coin drop. This was the first time the Mint had ever released a circulating coin with a purple stripe on it. Think about that for a second. We had seen colored poppies in red and gold the year before for the Remembrance Day issue in 2012, but purple? That was uncharted territory. The design, crafted by Alexandra Stokic, featured concentric purple stripes circling the reverse, with the centerpiece being the revered St. Edward's crown. It was bold, it was regal, and it marked exactly 60 years since a young Princess Elizabeth was crowned in Westminster Abbey. Now, here's where the story gets interesting for your wallet. When this coin was first released, you could buy them in carded packs from the Mint. They were pretty, yes, but they were also readily available. However, the numismatic market has a funny way of maturing like fine wine. The official mintage for this coin was just under 1 million pieces, 995,000 to be precise. For a circulating commemorative coin in Australia, that number is the magic ingredient. A million sounds like a lot, until you realize that standard $2 coins are minted in the tens of millions. The standard Aboriginal Elder $2 coin from 2013, for example, had a mintage of over 35 million. Do you see the difference? There are 35 times more ordinary $2 coins out there than there are of your purple coronation coin. Scarcity, my friends, is the engine of value. But we are not just talking about a coin being a little bit rare. We are talking about a coin that has, in recent auction history, absolutely stunned the experts. If you have been on the internet lately, you might have seen some staggering figures thrown around. In December 2024, a live auction house in New York listed one of these coins with an estimated value between $871 and $1,132 US dollars. That is not a typo. That estimate places the value of a single Australian $2 piece well into the four-figure range in American currency. Now, you might be thinking, that must be a proof version or solid gold. No, that listing was for an uncirculated coin in its original packaging. The market has identified this particular issue as a key to the modern Australian collection. Let me give you another data point that will make you want to check your drawers. At a major numismatic auction house, Noble Numismatics, a carded mint example of the 2013 purple coronation coin sold for a remarkable $320 Australian dollars. That sale price does not even include the buyer's premium, meaning the person walking away with that coin paid significantly more than the estimate to own it. The estimate on that lot was only $150, but the bidding war pushed it past the $300 mark. This proves that demand is outstripping supply. Collectors are chasing this coin with serious money. If you look at standard price guides, you might see an average value sitting around $7.92, but those are figures based on raw, ungraded, bulk transactions. That is the wholesale price for a coin that has been knocked around in a pocket. That is not the price for a preserved piece of history. The high-end sales, the ones that hit the hundreds and thousands of dollars, they are for coins that have been protected. They are for the coins that still have that brilliant original mint luster, the ones that have never touched a cash register drawer. The condition is absolutely everything. So, where can you buy one? And more importantly, where can you sell one for top dollar? If you are looking to acquire one, you need to look beyond the bargain bin. Online auction platforms like Live Auctioneers are a great place to see what the international market is doing. You should also familiarize yourself with the major Australian auction houses that specialize in numismatics, such as Noble Numismatics, where those high-dollar sales have been recorded. For buying and selling, eBay can be a marketplace, but it is a wild west. You will find everything from junk to gems. However, for the serious collector or seller, the certified and carded examples sold through established auction venues command the highest confidence and the highest prices. Now, should you keep it? Let me ask you a question. Do you like money? This is not just a coin. It is a rapidly appreciating asset. The 2013 Coronation coin is widely considered the second major commemorative design in the modern $2 series, following the iconic 2012 red poppy. As the years pass, and as Queen Elizabeth II likeness fades from our pocket change following her passing, commemoratives from her reign are becoming historical artifacts. The 60th anniversary of her coronation is a fixed point in history. It will never happen again. We will never see another coin marking that specific event. That permanence, combined with the low mintage, creates a perfect storm for value. The question of sealing the coin is the most critical part of this entire discussion. If you want to achieve the maximum value, the coin must be preserved in exactly the condition it was in when it left the Royal Australian Mint. The highest prices we have seen, the $320 sale and the $1,000 plus estimate, are for coins that are uncirculated and often in their original packaging. If you have a carded coin still in the mint card, do not take it out. That card is part of the provenance. If you have a loose coin that is shiny with no scratches, you need to get it into a protective capsule immediately. Do not clean it. Do not rub it. Any mark, any fingerprint, any scratch drops it from the mint state grade down to extremely fine, and the value plummets from hundreds of dollars back down to 10 or 20. I want you to visualize this coin in your hand. It features the Ian Rank Broadley portrait of the Queen on the obverse, the fourth portrait, looking mature and dignified. On the reverse, that stunning purple ring is not just a color. It is a symbol of royalty. It is a technological achievement for the mint back in 2013. The coin weighs 6.6 grams and measures 20.5 millimeters across, made from aluminum-bronze. But those specifications don't capture the magic. The magic is in the story it tells. Why is this the most valuable? Because the market has spoken. While other $2 coins from 2013, like the standard Aboriginal Elder, are literally worth $2, this coronation issue is in a league of its own. The KM number to look for is 2153. That is your ticket. When you are looking at listings, make sure you are looking at the right coin. There is also the Aboriginal Elder design, but that is the common one. You want the crown, you want the purple. If you are sitting on the fence about selling, consider the trajectory. These coins have only gone up in value since their release. The demand from collectors who missed out the first time is intense. They are completing sets. They want the best examples. The 2013 Coronation coin sits alongside the 2012 Red Poppy as the blue-chip stocks of the Australian $2 commemorative market. It is the centerpiece of any modern collection. Do not let this opportunity pass you by. Go and check your coin jar. Look in that old wallet. Ask your grandparents if they have any strange $2 coins lying around. If you find that purple stripe, you have found a gem. And if you have one that is still shiny, still perfect, you need to protect it. You are not just holding $2. You are holding a piece of Australian history that the world is now willing to pay over $1,000 to own. The 2013 Coronation $2 coin is proof that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight.